Hello my friends, this is Leo Siron, and today I'm making a 3D arcade cabinet. I used to be very nostalgic in my younger years. It's quite weird, right? People are supposed to get more nostalgic as they get older, but today I'm not as nostalgic as I used to be. Of course, I recently been struck with nostalgia for the GameCube, but that's an isolated vibe. I don't know what comes to your mind when you think about arcades, but my experience with arcades growing up was quite limited. Because by the time I was a teenager, arcades were not really a thing anymore. I was born in 91, and through the 90s in Brazil, I saw a few arcades here and there in bars, but I didn't go to those as much because I was a kid, and kids aren't supposed to be hanging around bars, I guess. Most of my arcade experiences happened in kids' parties that had arcades on it, because here in Brazil in the 90s you could rent party halls personalized with kids' things, and arcades were kids' things in the 90s, I guess. So I played mostly on those places and sometimes on shopping malls. My favorite arcade game growing up was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtles in Time, of course, a classic. I don't remember which turtle I liked playing the best, I think I rotated between them. And I also enjoyed to play random fighting games from time to time on arcades, but I was not good at all. I could barely progress in the single player arcade mode, much less defeat a human opponent, unless the human opponent was another kid like myself, on which case I had a pretty fair chance. I was not below average in fighting game skills for the age I had at the time. But a game that I really wanted to play a lot and couldn't because it was too hard to me was Metal Slug. I could barely go through the second level. The game is too frantic, too many bullets flying around, but I love the graphics and the style of Metal Slug. There was this one time when I saw a teenager beating the game and I was so envious, like, this is so cool, I wanted to play this far into the game too. But besides the games themselves, one thing that I miss about arcades is the vibes. I mean, the vibes of the arcades I grew up with. I believe that some arcades might not have a good vibe in the past, like some grimy underground arcades might be a little hardcore and not inviting. At least I think so. But the arcades I used to go to were very light-hearted and there was this video game loving vibe all around, and that's what I miss about them the most. Of course, nostalgia can embellish our memories from the past, and let's be honest, it's much better to have access to games in the comforts of our homes. We don't have to get out of our home, pay microtransactions just to play the game. It's much better now overall, but making friends online is not as cool as making friends in person, most of the time at least, in my experience. And without arcades, it's a little harder to make gamer friends in person. Today I feel very silly about it, But there were a few of my birthday parties growing up that had arcade machines on it. And being an avid gamer as I always been, I used to spend my whole birthday party on one or two arcade machines. I mean, like 95% of the time playing on the arcade machines and not interacting with my friends. Today I regret it, but that's what my heart wanted at the time. Oh my god, a new game! Look at this machine, it's so cool, I'm gonna spend the whole party here. And that's what I did. You know, my most recent arcade experience was in the mall near my home. There was a Taiko no Tatsujin or Taiko Drum Master machine there with those big drums that you can hit. And I really like this game. I always wanted to learn taiko drumming in real life, but I didn't take the time for it yet. So this game was the great opportunity for me to have fun with it, without much effort. And I used to go there like once or twice a month, and there was this Soul Calibur 2 song that I really like, because Soul Calibur 2 soundtrack is amazing, and I could play the song on the taiko drums, and I gotten used to it until I could play on hard mode. And there was this one time where I played in hard mode. I didn't score very well or anything, but I passed. But of course, songs in hard mode are quite fast, and when I finished, I looked behind me and there were those three kids looking at me, very perplexed, like, what the hell did we just see this guy so fast? I just nodded at them and left. It was really fun to see kids' reactions to me playing on hard mode. I wish I had more cool arcade experiences like that, but I didn't. Maybe in the future there are new arcades. I must say that there was also another classic arcade here in my city, near the Tatuapé station of the subway. It's called Lords, and it's one of the best regarded arcades in the city. I went there a few times, and I had a blast too. They also have Taiko no Tatsujin, they have other fighting games and car driving machines. And in those times I went with my friends. As a teenager and young adult, I had good experiences there too. But that's it. That's my experience with arcades. If you liked this arcade machine, you can acquire it. The links will be in the description with online shops where you can purchase it. I'm recording this before actually putting it on the stores, but I believe I'll be able to upload the Photoshop files of the textures so that you can personalize this arcade with your own games or your brand or whatever you like. You can also support this humble channel by playing my games on Steam. I've got 2 of them, Nosy Little Fly, which is already released, and Volley, which is on demo only yet. Thank you so much for watching. Share your arcade experiences in the comments. Share your game experiences in the comments. Share your hearts in the comments, baby. Oh, another thing I miss about the old times is rock and roll. But rock's not dead. Let's debate that. See you. Bye bye.